L'chaim, Nikanim, Chris Mercier. I work over here in Grand Ronde. I'm one of those people, the council members, and we've been talking about doing like a cooking show for a while, and we talked about it would be cool to do a cooking show kind of modeled after Chopped and Iron Chef, but we're going to use ingredients that come in the food box. Not as competitive though. There's nothing really at stake.
Hi, my name is Shannon Lafferty. I work here at the Tribe, been working here at the Tribe almost 18 plus years, and I love to cook. And a while back, during COVID, we did a lot of cooking with Shannon shows, and that's how I got involved with this. So we're gonna make a meal out of the boxed food that everybody gets once a month. It's all right here. We're gonna make some dishes and compete who's the better cook.
Yeah,
Me, of course.
the camera guys are gonna vote on it. So
Yeah.
probably should have discussed that before, but you know. Okay, just so people know, I last month I went down to Peru with my girlfriend and we visited Machu Picchu, and there was this dish called ají de gallina, which was like chicken and rice and potatoes and some other things, and it was always like this bright yellow. So I wanted to see if I could track down this sauce, ají amarillo, which means like yellow chili pepper. But the official title of my dish is ají de espinaca con carne molida. So spinach ají with ground beef and potatoes. And you eat potatoes all the time in Peru. The reason I wanted to use them is because it's an indigenous ingredient. It's what people in South America survived off of for a long time, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. And I hope you can get the ají amarillo, because it's pretty key to the dish.
I am making hamburger potato casserole with spinach.
Radishes.
Oh, and roasted radishes.
Yeah.
I've never ever had roasted radishes before. I've always ate them raw with salt, or on top of a taco, a street taco, or in pozole, but never have roasted it. So I tried it last week and it was pretty good. So hopefully you guys try it too.
The cornerstone of these dishes: spinach, potatoes, ground beef. That is almost always, and onions. Yeah. Just I hate onions, so I deliberately cut them from my recipe. But
yeah, and then in your box will also be cilantro and spinach.
Spinach, okay.
And radishes, of course.
And radishes. So that's what you can expect in the healthy food boxes.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. So we're gonna start with mine. Really consider investing in a good knife. I got this for Christmas. It works great. It's super sharp, but it just sails through the food. Get a good knife. You won't regret it. This is a little weird. It says to boil the potatoes and then peel them and slice them into rounds. I think you want to peel them first?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll have you peel them.
All right. Like the main reason I wanted to do this video is to show off this knife. We just cut them in half when we're ready to throw them in the water.
Yeah.
This whole,
yeah.
they take forever to
I
cook.
cut them in 4.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna start cooking the ground beef. This is our first time using this kitchen, both of us, so we're not even really sure where everything is. I'm gonna throw on a little bit of oil in the pan before I start cooking up this ground beef. This oil is my preference. I got it at grocery outlet. That's where I shop. This ground beef was included in our food boxes. I had mine in the freezer and I thawed it out. Now I have to start adding the spices to the ground beef while it's cooking. Cumin, salt. Cumin, of course, is a really strong flavored spice, so I'm not gonna go overboard on it.
Do you wanna, when we cut the onion, or are you not gonna use onion?
Let's use onion. It's,
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe just large chunks.
Oh, so you can take them out?
Yeah. So I'm trying to brown it.
Okay, is that good? Is that how much you want in there? Just a little bit? Like that?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the beef in here. So if you just put like a paper towel in your bowl where you set it aside, that'll ground up some of the fat. I mean, unless you want all that grease and fat, and if that's what you dig, go right ahead. But we're gonna cut a little bit of it out. How long do you think it'll take those potatoes to get
they're
the water?
almost done.
Already? Really?
Yep.
Oh, I need to get the garlic ready. I love using fresh garlic.
Dab them, and then if they fall right off, they're done.
You think they're good?
Yep.
Okay. So there's some people in my life who are going to be proud of me for cooking with onions. I like using fresh garlic as opposed to the garlic in a jar. That's how I get the peel off of garlic. Big knife, pound it. Should be able to just pull it off with your fingers. I do cook with a lot of garlic because I love garlic. Okay, onion and garlic, that's the next thing. You know, Peru's where potatoes are from, and you have potatoes, onions, garlic, all that, a lot. I'll add a little bit of this garlic infused oil. I just added the ají amarillo paste. That's the bright orange stuff. I'm gonna let that keep cooking. Drop the temperature down a bit, because what I'm gonna do next, one of the more unusual parts of the dish, I do need another sauteing pan, because what I need to do here is saute the spinach. I'll add a little bit of this garlic infused oil. I'm gonna saute it till it wilts. You puree it, and then it makes the dish like a really bright green, which I know you saw. Spinach goes really tiny when you saute it.
Yeah, when you think you're putting a lot in, you're actually not.
Yeah. And while I'm sauteing the spinach, I'm gonna do one of the more unusual parts of the recipe. Soak a piece of bread in milk. And then you add it into the spinach and you puree it.
Oh.
And it's like a thickener that you add to your sauce. Add this half a cup. Keep sauteing the spinach. Oh yeah, there we go. It's shrinking. Yeah, it's totally wilting as we expected. All right, so why don't you tell us, how'd you get into cooking? Like,
Growing up in the 70s, a lot of Native Americans were poor, so I was in the kitchen at age 4 on a chair, turning fried bread for my mom while she was making it. And then I was curious, and then I learned how to fry an egg, and then I learned how to peel potatoes and fry potatoes, all before 5, I think. So, and then I just always loved cooking.
Yeah, I like it too. One of my favorite things. We're gonna blend the spinach, the milk, and the piece of bread. Spinach smells good. You can really smell that garlic oil. Throw this milk-soaked bread. Yeah, it looks like one of those green smoothies. It's really green. And we're just gonna add this to what we've been cooking already. So this is the ground spinach. Yeah, kind of weird to think there was a piece of bread in there, huh?
Right.
So we're gonna continue to mix it up, but we're gonna add the ground beef. It got soaked up a lot of the grease, which is good. And we're just gonna keep cooking this. Turn that up a bit. I might add a little water to mine. It's looking a bit thicker than I would like. Yeah, I think a few more minutes and mine's pretty much done. I'm gonna add my own little twist to this. Ironically, it fits color-wise, but in Peru, they love their avocados. So they work a lot of avocados into their meals. Avocados and olives, boiled eggs. So I'm just gonna slice up some avocado. Avocado, of course, is one of the healthiest things you can eat as well. Pretty sure mine's good to go. I'm gonna plate it, try and impress the judges. Do just kind of my potatoes flat. Thank you for helping me cook those. Like a little mound. Yeah, in Peru, the potatoes are always like this. They're always like in discs. How does it look? Very green. Nothing wrong with that. Green's my favorite color. Shannon can have a plate.
This is really good.
And it's, I don't know, I think it's pretty healthy, right? Like, yeah, I know people, the color was a turnoff, but I always ask people like, well, do you ever have pesto at all? I don't think it took that long. Would it take like half an hour or
Yeah,
45
about
minutes?
that.
Yeah. It's not just healthy, it's kind of a nod to indigenous culture and history with this dish. So,
Okay, so mine is gonna be roasted radishes and hamburger potato casserole with spinach. I could do both that all at once. So first you put your oven on 375 or was, oh, I'm sorry, actually 425. And you put a pot of water on to boil. Bring that to a boil. That'll be for your potatoes. And then while your water's boiling, take your radishes and you have to really wash them because they're always so dirty. So make sure you scrub them. And then you're just gonna wedge them.
yeah, how can I help?
You wanna help?
You know I want to use this knife more. What do you mean to do? Slice them up?
Like that, wedges. So that
Oh, kind of like apples? Okay.
Yeah, kind of like that. So
Okay. So how often do you cook with radishes?
this is my second time cooking,
Okay.
like roasting them. Never ever thought of roasting them before this. So there's about 6.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing 8.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Okay.
good. After
Just
you
throw 'em in there?
wedge
Okay.
them up, throw them in a bowl.
All of them? You want me to dice all of them?
Yep, just
Okay.
like that, yep. Okay, I like to use avocado oil, but you can use any kind of canola oil or whatever, just a couple tablespoons. And then you want to use any kind of seasoning you like to use on your potatoes. I would use the same on your radishes. And I like to use this Cajun season, any kind of Cajun
Okay.
seasoning, or cumin even, from Pepper Palace in Lincoln City. So I just douse it with the seasoning, the oils in there, and then I'll just kind of do this so everything gets all covered up
Perfect.
like that. Oh yeah, and then usually use chives, parsley. In this case, we're going to use some good old cilantro, and just a handful.
Okay. Big chunks.
Now
you're gonna
I've
dice them more?
diced it this way.
All right.
Your knife probably would work really good with this.
You want to try it?
Nah, that's okay. It's so heavy. I'm not used to it.
Yeah, I remember like reading this article by a chef, and he just talked about how there's only really like 3 pans you need. There's only like really maybe a couple knives you need. You know, and he just said you don't need all this like 20 different types of knives.
Right. So chop it up like that, and then throw it in there.
Okay.
And it all just depends how much you like. And just coat everything like that. Cookie sheet. And I like to put wax paper on the bottom of it,
Okay.
just so it's easier to clean up. I like
Oh,
to
you
put them
like
all,
to-
like the wedges up like that, so they
Okay.
cook better.
Okay. So peel skin down.
Yeah, skin down.
All right.
And then I'll just take a little bit more seasoning and oop,
Start washing some of our
And-
dishes here.
just douse it again. And then the oven should be hot by now. 425.
All right. And how long we gotta let them cook?
25 minutes. I let the potatoes boil like 3 minutes, so they're almost all the way cooked through, but not so quite. Then I drain them, set them aside, and then I use the same pan to fry in the hamburger. You know, moving on to the casserole.
Can I help? Like, you want me to start cooking up the beef or something?
Sure, sure.
Okay. So what kind of avocado
Yeah.
oil? Okay.
Just a dash. I
Just
usually
a
don't even
dash.
use it.
A dab, dash.
So you just use 1 medium onion. So I cook my onions with the meat.
Okay. I'm really stepping out of my comfort zone. Just mix it all in, huh?
I just put garlic powder in there. However much I like. I love garlic, so I put a lot in there. A lot in there. Throw some seasoning in there, some more Cajun.
Oh, and the beef? Okay.
Yep. When I fry stuff, I like to cook it, put it on high for a minute just to get nice and hot, and then I turn it down. Pour the potatoes back in this pot after they've been cooked 3 minutes. It's all brown,
Cool.
and the onions are pretty much all the way cooked through, but they'll finish cooking in the oven. We're gonna drain the grease. Put the meat back in there. Add all of the spinach. And just pile the spinach on there. It looks like a lot, but it wilts down
a lot, like we saw with mine.
Okay, after it's all wilted, just add it to your potatoes. Then we're gonna add cream of mushroom, cream of potato, cream of celery, however, what kind of cream ever you like to use for your
cream
casseroles.
of potato, it looks like.
Yeah, this is cream of potato. I've never tried this. Last time I used cream of mushroom. So Campbell's cream of potato. I'm using whole milk.
Oh, I always do that too. Mix a little bit in the can.
Yep. And just mix 1 can of whole milk with it. Kind of fold it all together because you don't want your potatoes to break up. Okay, and then you want to grab your casserole dish. And then just take any kind of spray. I'm using coconut oil spray. And yeah, okay, good job, thank you. Okay. And then any kind of cheese, whatever kind of cheese you have. And just put how much cheese you like. I mean, if you want to put a lot on there, put a lot on there. And then, again, more seasoning. And let's just put it in the oven with your radishes. 20 minutes. Now clean your mess.
I'm going to.
I'm just saying, not you. Next up. Okay. All right, so everything's been baking for 25 minutes. All right.
Cutting board so we can put it on metal. There you go.
There's that.
All right, look at that. Melted, cheesy goodness in there, I can see.
Yes. All right, here is the roasted radishes. I think they take a little bit longer than 25 minutes. I think a good 30, 35 minutes in the oven. And like I said, I never measured anything. I just put in what I like more of and this, that, and everything else.
Those are really good.
Aren't they good? It's different, huh? I would have never ever thought. This is a good home cooked meal. Everything's out of your kitchen.
Or the food boxes.
Or the food boxes that you get monthly from the tribe. And these radishes, you gotta try them. Even though you never did it before, just do it one time, you'll like them.
I don't think our recipes were that hard to find. Like, the internet is now everyone's cookbook. That's where you get your recipes. I'll say that what these kind of videos and stuff help me do is, oftentimes I don't get the food box all the time, but sometimes I do, and like radishes are a good example of something that I wouldn't know what to do with it. Like, I've never cooked with them, and I feel like a lot of people, some of the ingredients that we give out in our food boxes have that same belief, like they're unfamiliar with an ingredient. And I think what you'll find, if you just do a little bit of searching, no matter what you've got in the food box, there's always something good that you can prepare out of it.
Or try for the first time.
Yeah, or try it for the first time. Don't be scared to try new foods. You'll make really good discoveries when you try stuff you've never tried before. And eating healthy is not as hard as people think. It's actually really easy. Cooking is one of the best skills you can learn. Wish I'd learned to cook sooner in my life, but now I do it and I love it. Don't be scared to learn to cook.
Yes, and when you're making homemade food, you know what you're putting in your body.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So thank you.
Thank
everyone.
you.